Clive and Wrench, a game that's been in development for well over 10 years, recently released for consoles and PC. And Numbskull Games, they sent me a physical collector's edition for the PS5 to check out and share with you guys. So this is a 3D platforming collect-a-thon style of game. And honestly, not typically my style of game. I mean, back in the N64 era, I loved stuff like Banjo Kazooie and Conker's Bad Fur Day, but really haven't been too excited about those style of games too much anymore. But I thought, oh, maybe this is drawing inspiration from Ratchet and Clank because of it having the same style and name. And I did enjoy Rift Apart. That was a cool experience. And that was a game that's not typically the style of game I like, but I did enjoy it. So, hey, maybe this game's going to be good. But it's not. This game has so many problems, but I'm going to try to keep this video a short one and just give you guys my initial impressions after having played a few stages. I really did not want to continue any further. This game was annoying as all heck to me anyway, but maybe you'll like it. I don't know. These are just my thoughts. So the least important negative that I have here, it's the graphics. They don't take advantage of the PS5 hardware. They don't even look as good as some Nintendo Switch games. The game looks dated. The characters look cheap and stiff. It's kind of weird because I saw some like promotional videos of the game and I saw like hair moving and more motion, but then in an actual game, none of that like happens. It's really stiff and weird looking. Some of the characters, I mean, they look like they're old 90s CG from like a kid's cereal commercial or something. It is kind of bad, but it does have a bright cartoony aesthetic. Maybe some people like that, but hey, I just didn't like the style and how everything looked. That's me. Now, next is the story. It's practically non-existent. So you have like a long drawn-out cutscene in the beginning of the game with zero dialogue, no text, no spoken dialogue, nothing. Just these characters like miming things and taking forever to pour a bowl of cereal. It was ridiculous, man. But I guess some blueprint was stolen, and now we got to go after the bad guy. All right. Now, there is dialogue with characters and stages, but it doesn't offer much in the way of immersing you into what's going on as far as the story goes, because it mostly seems like random things that has to do with that particular stage. But okay, moving on. Gameplay. Now, this is a very loose controlling game. It suffers from a little bit of a weird button layout. It didn't feel natural to me, but I'm setting that aside because I did get accustomed to it. I just didn't like the way it was mapped initially. It's not too bad. You get used to it. But in the game, you have a jump, a double jump, and then you can use the monkey that you got to spin midair to float a bit. You have an attack, a high jump. That's pretty much it. There is like a little radar thing that seems pretty useless to me anyway. I could never figure out like where it was trying to tell me to go. It just never works. But it does seem like you're given enough to get by. And it should be, but everything just feels off. There's camera clipping into things. And then you can control the camera in certain areas, but it's so cumbersome and slow. Everything just feels jank here, making it difficult to climb things. And in order to make precise jumps can be difficult just with how slippery and like it's hard to see certain things. I don't know. It's a mess, man. Now, the way these levels were designed, that seems kind of an afterthought to me. The levels, they're a bit too big for their own good at times. There really isn't much in the way to guide you to say, hey, this is where you should be heading. Things are a bit wide open, and usually that's not a big problem, but like some cues on like, this is where you need to be going. But in this game, you just keep collecting crap, and maybe eventually you'll find the exit. And that's it. Kind of sucks because with like how the camera moves and controls, it's hard to really see where like there's areas that you could high jump to or climb to. It's really difficult to decipher this stuff. Sometimes you'll wander off and then turn around and look and be like, oh, I think I could get up there. Okay, maybe it's just to collect some things, not really progress, but sometimes there'll be switches that are hidden or like little side objectives hidden up there type of thing. It's just kind of like you just got to stumble across a lot of stuff. Some people may be fine with that, but then also hit detection. That seems a little wonky at times in this game. Like I've gotten hit by things that I've already killed. And then also like random hazards that don't seem to be close enough to me to actually hurt me. I get hit by it, and it just happens a little way too often, man. To me, this game, it really needs some polish to be good. The groundwork's been done. But really, it should have been refined a bit more before being released. Like, it could be a great game, but in the state that it is, with some of the problems it has, I just don't feel that it is. I mean, I understand this game was a passion project with over, 10 years of work put into it. But I just feel like some fundamental game design elements were like overlooked here. It's not polished. It's lacking in certain areas, and maybe the developer, like, they were so used to playing their own game that they didn't notice these things that I'm noticing, and I'm sure others have as well, and they just thought it was fine. Sometimes you need to have an outside look, not surround yourself with people who are going to be like, this is great, no matter what you show them, but like really have people test things out and give you their critical responses to it, and maybe make adjustments that you feel are necessary. And I feel this could have been a good game. It could have been a decent game, but it's just there's too many little things here that unfortunately annoyed me. I mean, it's got clumsy controls, forgettable designs with the characters and the actual stages. Some people may like the designs of the characters. I didn't really particularly like them, but I mean, the graphics could have been a bit better to really bring these characters to life, I guess. The music and sound in the game was like almost, I didn't even notice it. It was forgettable. And that's unfortunate, man. Sometimes music and sound design makes a game. Without it, it's like a game just feels like empty. And that's kind of how this game felt. It felt empty. There was no soul to it. It is what it is. The one way I could describe it, maybe some of you guys could relate to this thought. Maybe some can't. But I couldn't help feeling this when I was playing this game. It seemed like this could have been like a lackluster Dreamcast launch game back in 1999 that people would have just simply forgot about a week after release. And that's unfortunate. I know there's a lot of these indie developers like putting their blood, sweat, and tears into these kind of things. And I want to be sympathetic with that, but I'm not going to be a fool and just say everything's great because it was a single developer or it's been in development for 20 years or whatever the case may be. I have to be real with you guys. And this one, I'm a little behind on the review on it. I recently got it, came out like a week ago, and I was looking forward to it. And unfortunately, this is a game I will not be returning to. Just the way it goes. You got to spend your time wisely, enjoy your time, and I did not enjoy this one. Let me know what you guys think. Really do appreciate every single one of you guys watching. Catch you on the next one. Bye.